So, are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else? We're explorers. Humanity has always hunted for knowledge in the unknown. We just take that a little more seriously than others. We were founded decades ago by a man named Sebastian Banks. He wanted a small group of people from all corners of the settled systems dedicated to the biggest question of all. What's out there? These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for. Another great secret the universe is asking us to unravel. Goodbye. We're just at the beginning of this mystery, and you're going to be there for it. I don't know what you've heard, but I can imagine. First of all, I think you can dismiss any stories about us no longer existing. I don't believe in smearing our name everywhere we can. Exploring the universe, charting the unknown, that's what counts. Besides, having a little mystery gives us room to maneuver. A fixed reputation could fence us in a lot of ways. Not much, but you've seen them for yourself. It doesn't take a lot to realize we're dealing with something extraordinary. Just what that is, we'll have to figure out. It's what we do. I understand. You've been through a lot. Just let me know when. We're just at the beginning of this. We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually, but a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising. A volunteer force that helps defend the edges of United Colonies space. They're always looking for recruits. Lots of retired veterans and dangerous professionals mixed in with part-timers who barely have a laser cannon welded to a hull. My contact is in the recruiting office, so he hears a lot about what the volunteers are up to. We have to assume that we're not the only ones to have stumbled into this mystery. But most people aren't going into space looking for the unknown. They're looking for places to settle, resources to extract, territory to defend. An odd-looking rock or a single strange hunk of metal wouldn't mean much to them. That's why Constellation exists, in a way, to put pieces like this together. You've done this before, eh? Wise words. If we watch each other's backs, we'll be fine. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry. We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood? Good. Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we? We need to talk to John Tuala in Mast. You can thank Barrett for that, if he's still around to thank when this is all said and done. Honestly, he took this seriously before any of us. It was at his urging that we started doing deep space scans. I will admit, it was something of a shock to see Barrett taking anything seriously. Sure, go ahead. Exploration is my entire life. I consider it both a career and recreation. That being said, I will make a confession, but you have to promise to keep it between us. Before I graduated from school, I was in a band. And no, I don't mean the school band. I mean a rock band. We called ourselves Ironic Comet. A ridiculous name, I know. But we were just a bunch of teenagers getting together and having fun. And before you ask, no, I wasn't the lead singer. I actually played the drums. The band never really went anywhere, of course, but those were good times, and I remember them fondly. You mean apart from being the chair of Constellation for the past 5 years? Well, let's see. I pride myself with my aptitude for astrodynamics, calculating optimal trajectories for grav jumping. That's been quite useful in the past. And as far as planetary exploration, my area of expertise is botany. So don't worry, I won't let you eat anything that might put you in the hospital. My parents considered themselves to be enlightened, but their lives were so busy they rarely pursued their beliefs. By the time I was old enough to start questioning these things, the idea of following any organized religion was almost an afterthought. It's not that I don't want to believe in anything, it's that my scientific mind is often at odds with my spiritual center. Having been out there, in the Starfield, seeing all those magnificent wonders with my own eyes, I need answers, not religious theory. I'm sorry if that disappoints you, but don't worry. While we're on this journey together, I fully intend to respect your religious beliefs. Very well. Next time, then. I'd be happy to carry a few things for you. Arlone? Maybe another time.
You should be going now.
Not interested.
You okay? That was a hell of a jump.
Best of your abilities, and to uphold the values of the Vanguard: honor, loyalty, self-reliance.
Welcome to... If you don't have official business, we ask you remain in the lobby. I'm one of MAST's resource officers. It's my job to ensure those here on official business get where they're going promptly, and that any rule breaking is dealt with swiftly. This is MAST, the beating heart of the United Colonies. Every decision made in the civilized galaxy takes place inside these walls. Most of Mast's employees have extensive training in their specific areas of expertise. But if you're interested in joining the UC, Commander Tuala of the Vanguard is just on the far side of the room. The Vanguard's open to anyone who can fly. Take care now.
Sarah. Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship? Excellent. Just need to do a little paperwork. An orientation on the UC, and knock out an exam, and a probationary mission. We need to know you'll be able to hack it out there after all. Do well. You'll be out there keeping the peace in no time.
Don't forget, John. I need him back after you wrap him in that fancy get-up of yours.
No worries, Sarah. I'm not forgetting about you or our little business afterwards. Promise. First things first, head down to the orientation hall. Get signed up at the registration terminal. System will walk you through the rest. Oh, and if you got a bounty, well, you're gonna have to make things right with the UC before we'll let you join. But if you've got any questions, I can get you sorted.
Yes? So long.
The process starts with registration down in the orientation hall. Or did you have a question? Military used to have a pretty narrow view of where the best pilots came from. In their eyes, it was UC or bust. The creation of the Vanguard was an acknowledgement by the brass that maybe not all the galaxy's greatest pilots went through a UC flight school. So it's the Vanguard's job to find them and get them to fly for us. MAST is short for Military, Administrative, and Scientific Triumvirate. From here, the three co-equal divisions of the UC government work together to advance the cause of the colonies. Be that through mutual defense, political and diplomatic strength, or scientific discovery. Now, serving any of the UC's divisions grants citizenship, but scientific and admin positions in the UC tend to be real competitive. Understandable, most people would prefer to earn their citizenship behind a desk rather than in combat. Not something I'd ever choose for myself, but understandable. Me? 6, 7 years now? Was a recon squad commander in a former life, so it wasn't too big a jump bossing around foreign pilots instead. But Vanguard's been a quality assignment. Meet new people, judge them on a series of diverse criteria, get them out there helping people who need it. Sure thing. What do you want to know? Vanguard work is as needed. When we've got jobs, we'll make them available to you. But the work itself, well, it runs the gamut. Sometimes you might be hunting down hostile ships on behalf of the UC Navy, or you might be called up to help the Science Division clean up some invasive species. Take on the occasional terramorph. And sometimes we just need cargo support. Not every job's glamorous. The Vanguard only gets called in for the ones where there's a chance of seeing action, wherever the UC needs it. Just hop into the elevator. You want the button, register yourself at the terminals in the lobby, and for the exam, we'll be putting you through a combat. Let us see your piloting skills. Evaluate for the probationary mission, though. The specifics of the mission vary by what's available at least. More likely, you'll be making a drop-off to some UC citizens. Exam's just a simulation. Now, for the probationary mission, we select those specifically to ease you, but I can't promise it'll be risk-free. Now, if that's a deal breaker, I won't be offended if you want. What can I do for you, applicant? Sure thing. What do you want? I'll keep an eye out for your result. Have some questions? Right. Got so wound up bringing you on board, I almost forgot.
Oh, I haven't. Come on, John. Let's hear it, before you try to convince him to join the Marines.
All right. Here's what I've got. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moira. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system. Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me. Oh, he goes way back. Think he was recruit number 81 or something. You kidding? Lowest posting request rate in the whole fleet. Only thing there the UC cares about is Mars. And no one wants to go to Mars. They want to get off Mars. Sol system is a lot of planets, but a vet like Moira will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols. You'll have to ask him, but Vanguard volunteers have retrieval rights if they get into a scrap. Wouldn't be surprised if he found it off of a pirate or something like that. Yeah, bring a coloring book. You get so used to seeing red, you'll forget what blues and greens look like.
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. So, fine by me. Talk to you later. I've flown across most of the settled systems in all manners of spacecraft, and yet I still get sick on the gnat. Ah, I've always liked that statue. It's beautiful, isn't it? I wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
I always wondered what the inside of the lodge looks like.
A diplomatic visa? You got to be kidding me. Invoice haven't needed diplomatic visas since the colony war.
The law's the law, sir.
Right, Captain. Where are we headed next?
scanned. Scan complete. Welcome to Mars. You're cleared to land at Sidonia.
For an entire year, and I'm convinced I'll never get used to the dusty air.
Sidonia is an industrial town. Until later.
Heat leeches in the engines, leeches on the hull, multiple leeches in the grav drive.
Suppose that would explain the brownouts. So, what's this going to run?
You should inspect your ship for heat
There are no
leeches
other
every couple
surprises?
landings. They'll cost
Mid
plenty.
5 figures.
5 figures? 5? Fine.
Do your part to keep Sidonia graffiti
Crime's at
free.
an all-time low around Sidonia. Let's keep it that way.
Sergeant Booth at your service. If you have a security-related concern, bring it up to me. As much as friends, acquaintances, and other... Stay out of trouble, if you see any trouble. Not if I've got anything. For real, though. I don't know if it's because we get the occasional drunken. Don't let me keep you.
The UC Exchange is a great place to buy your weapons. Just make sure to keep them.
Welcome to Sidonia Security. I'm Commander Vincent Woodard, Chief of Planetary Security and former head of the Red Devils program here on Mars. I tend to deal with security at a high governmental level, whereas my associate Booth over there handles day-to-day security issues. So if you're looking to report a minor crime or misdemeanor, see him. But if there's something I can help you with, feel free to ask. Still do, Tech. I pull double duty. If you ask me, though. Bye for now. Security around here. Have yourself a good one.
There's no work.
Yeah, do you have it?
You got the look of a
Let's
miner
get
about
out of
you.
here.
Maybe when the
Maybe
new
it's not too late
contracts
to get your
finally
ride back
open up,
home.
you'll give it a go. Welcome, welcome. Nice to meet you. Name's Trevor, mining director for the Deimos mining project here in scenic underground Sidonia. I could spare a minute or two to chat, so long as you're not looking for mining work, I suppose.
I hear you.
Argos, huh? Yeah, I've heard of them. That's great, but yeah, unfortunately, all our mining contracts are filled right now. Unless, maybe you could help me out with a job, off the books. Great! I promise it's nothing that'll get anyone in any kind of trouble. See, you might have noticed that our equipment ain't exactly holding together like it used to. Problem is, we can't get new equipment unless we start exceeding our quotas, and we can't do that until we get new equipment. A real dilemma, right? I've got a plan for solving our little problem, though. Okay, glad just... First, I need someone from the outside to bolster our yields so we can prove that we can exceed our quota. I'll fill you in on the rest of the details after you've hauled up some ore. One standard quota should do. So we work with something to do with insurance, benefits. When you've got enough, drop it off.
What do people put these poor engine parts through?
Be careful down near the mines, eh?
Used to think I was Vanguard material.
Oh, hey, what's up? Look at this place. I can't imagine.
Boris is good people. If you need a quiet spot to think, the community centers are good. I lived a pretty quiet life, just got into trouble, did the whole teenage rebellion tour, that sort of thing. Dad used to say I was made reckless by boredom, but I think he deserves some of the credit. I came to do a little good old-fashioned soul searching. You'd think it'd be easy to find, given it's my soul, but nope. Turns out it's a lot harder than it looks. Later.
Faith in the greatness and ingenuity of the human spirit is what helped us spread among the stars.
Iron deposit detected.
The Red Planet lives up to its name, huh?
Just kidding.
Hey! Haven't seen you around here before. Did you just move in? Visiting? Nah, you're probably here on business. Am I right? Name's Mitch. I'm just a guy who lives here in the Lux. I love having people to hang out with and watch movies, talk about books, play games, or whatever. That's great. You can get a little alone. Anyway, I don't want to keep you, but I figured I'd ask. If you happen to know anyone with a ship, I've been looking for some help. You can send my way if they want to make a... Ooh, yeah. I'm probably not the best person to ask about this. I mostly stay inside, watch movies, read books, and hang out with my friends. But some people like hiking. Oh, you do? I found out recently that my favorite book series, Dragon Star... I really want to collect all the first editions, but I already tracked down Volume 1. Could you go buy it and bring it back here for me? You will?
Sidonia can have a depressing effect on some people. Make sure to get yourself help before it becomes a problem.
If you can tough it out on Mars, tough it out anywhere.
This place reminds me of my UC Navy training barracks. Cold, cramped, and... offensive.
Word of advice.
Faith in God is what comes to this task.
The Lux condos aren't anything special.
Can't wait to get shipped off to another. Base.
I sure thought we'd struck oil, but it turns out it was just another deal.
Let me know if you need something.
Hello, traveler. Will you join me for a while? You strike me as someone with an interesting story. Call it scholar's intuition. Meeting a kindly stranger is always a blessing. What brings you to Sidonia? Oh, you're a captain. I'm a traveler myself. I've spent years in the space lanes conducting research for a book I intend to write. I envy you the company of others on your voyages through the Starfield. I hope the Blackest Sea has been kind to you and your crew. Would you? I've never worked on a crew before, but the idea does appeal to me. The older I get, the lonelier the void seems. Are you willing to pay? I dislike taking money from friends, but I'll need some credits to stow my ship at Sidonia Spaceport. I'll work to make it up to you, naturally. Let me think about it. Yeah, I hope so. Don't think I'm desperate or anything, but you do have a point. All right, I'll do it. I can pay the rest of the fees out of pocket. Then we have an accord. I need to speak to someone at the Howdy.
Keep it simple. Yourself. Not everyone needs to come to me with their problems. I ain't a psychiatrist. What's your poison? You ain't been around. Went off on patrol. Hasn't been back in since. We're starting to think it might be time to pour one out to the blackest sea. Sounds about right, yeah. Look, nothing more I'd love than to help out a fellow Martian. Especially one that's missing. But,
He has a tab, and you don't know if he's coming back.
it's a lot of credits, okay? I let it slide for a long time because he's a regular, but if I'm out all that money, I got problems. What do you say? Come on. Life on Sidonia ain't hard enough. You're gonna guilt trip me? Don't try to guilt trip me. Guess I should ask you. I'm just trying to keep... That's enough. I got a board here in the... Let me confirm email. Okay, let's talk. Last time he was here, Moira kept yelling about the Lady of Love. Singing songs. All that kind of thing.
Venus? That's only one planet. Hardly an entire patrol route.
I got what I got, okay?
Fine. We'll make do.
Subterranean particle detonation.
To Venus? Ask whatever you'd like. Bye for now.
Red, orange,
The miners pretty much run the
Sidonia completely underground was a clever way of keeping the city shielded from the harsh Martian landscape.
Hello.
Should I warm up the engines?
This is a beautiful place, don't you think? Huh? Sorry, I was lost. I wish you the best.
that cluster of ships? Varun Zealots. You ever run into one? Completely devoted to a deity they call the Great Serpent, the devourer of the unbelievers. I'll let you guess what happens if they spot us. No idea. They appear and attack people seemingly at random. House Varun technically has diplomatic ties to the other factions, but the Zealots are outside of their control. Or so they say. No, but I think I see something else that might. There's a UC satellite beacon hovering distressingly close to those Varun ships. If we can get close enough to it, we could download its logs and figure out where our vanguard was heading to next. Exactly. Minimal ship power. Go slow. We grab the data on that satellite and jump away. Oh, that's not good. Earth and everything around it was abandoned a long time ago, and the old star yards are crawling with spacers and other scavengers. supergalactic star yard, still orbiting Earth's moon. This is where the first interstellar ships were made. People still use their modules, even though their star yard hasn't been running in forever. It's all ancient history now, but the Earth lost its atmosphere. It started sputtering out into space. Humanity had about 50 years to evacuate the planet. That's kind of how the United Colonies government started, managing the exodus. Earth is more or less a dust ball now. You can occasionally find a few remnants of the world we left behind on the surface, but not much. Keep your weapons ready. Never know who else might be scavenging there. for Galactic Star Yard, still orbiting Earth's moon. This is where the first interstellar ships were made. People still use their modules, even though their star yard hasn't been running in forever. Humanity had about 50. Earth is more or less a dust. Well, if you want to take a little detour, I admit I wouldn't say no. Just remember, we need to...
Hi. Please disregard. I attempted an informal
We
greeting,
still need to find
but
any
I am
sign of Van...
dissatisfied
No, it's fine.
with the results.
Okay. It's not Vanguard Moara. Looks like spacers were scavenging around here and someone else came in and said hello. They pillage abandoned facilities and shoot anyone who gets in their way. They're even less organized than the Crimson Fleet. Just countless desperate groups scavenging and killing to survive. Take him down! I don't even need a gun! That was an eclipse. Mercenary. What are they doing here? Scavenging a star yard is a bit low end for them. Don't leave any of that behind.
Damn joke. Show me what you've got. Target down.
might as well take what we can.
Bring it on!
property, but this whole star yard is overrun. I've patched up my ship, and I'm heading to Neptune. Going to put in another request to get the fleet out here to deal with these spacers. But until then, if any of you thugs are listening, I'm the damn ghost stealing your stuff in the night. Clear out while you have the chance.
accounted for. We're ready to depart.
Greetings, Captain.
Looks like it's Neptune next. Not at all. Okay.
It's a beautiful day to be alive. I'm glad to see you looking well. Parting is such sweet sorrow, as they say.
Hopefully, time to go?
Wait, you see that? There's a ship just drifting out there. No time to take in the sights. That could be our vanguard. Something's wrong. The ship's weapons are powering up. Get ready. If you stop shooting at us, we'd be more than happy to respond.
I get my ship. Might find a couple of them, but they've locked me down. Really could use an assist.
We'll blow that ship out of the stars. He's dead and our artifact's gone. We're going to report. Target the engines. Once they stall out, we'll have our chance. That's it. Start the docking routine. Come on. Let's go rescue that vanguard.